Hello everybody. Today is Thursday, the 3rd of November. I want to talk about more about manifesting outcomes and the different ways we can go about it. And there are different ways. There is going to the outcome, and there is being led to the outcome. And there's been led to the outcome by the spirit, or there's been led to the outcome by the desire, which again are two different ways. So I'm just trying to get this clear here. And it is not a case of, one is right or one is wrong. It is really a case of trying to discern which way would serve you best in the situation that you are in. Knowing your options and then deciding for the option that would serve you best. So let's start with going to the outcome. Let's start with that. As I said before, in order to manifest an outcome, in order for your prayer to go out, your thought and your emotions, your energy have become one, and they're going out to ask of the field to receive. You need to stand in certainty, because if you don't, you will block your own prayer. Doubt will block your prayer. So you need to stand in certainty. So the best place to use that is actually where you are in certainty, where you already know the outcome, maybe because you have experienced it before. That would be the best certainty. It has happened to you before, and you could really do with something happening again because it worked really well. So then you are standing in certainty. So what Jesus did, and again, what Jesus did is he had no certainty. He did not know the kingdom. It was far out. It was set in a completely different place. He had no concrete idea what it would be like, other than there would be an awful lot of mentions. And, you would be given the truth by a being that is omnipresent and omnipotent, which doesn't actually exist. It does not exist. No, anything that is a part is all. But, that was his vision, which was flawed to start with. But he made that a certainty. He made that a certainty by not reasoning for himself. Yeah? For myself, I don't think I just tell you what I'm being told to do. I do as I'm told. He absolutely elevated not using your brain to, just about the greatest state that a human being can be in. So no, that is not how you should use this path. You must be in certainty. You must know the outcome. And you must know good and bad according to yourself. According to what you know for yourself is good and bad. And don't do unto others what you wouldn't want to be done to yourself. There's a good guideline for that. So that is the only way you should use that path, when you already know. The other thing is, if we are driven by I want, I have a desire, and I think, I want this and that, and it will make me feel a certain way. Again, you are not standing in certainty, you are imagining it would make you feel that way. And quite often we get something we desire and we imagine it would have a certain effect on our life or on ourselves, and once we've got what we've been struggling to get, it's not quite living up to what we thought it would do. So much for using the path of creating the outcome. And it is in creating the outcome, I believe it is like Neville and others have taught. You must imagine the outcome and you must imagine the feeling. Again, I'm trying to imagine outcomes, and I say to myself, I have no idea what that feels like because I have never been in that situation. So I can't actually use that path unless I use imagination, and then, as I say, it's dodgy. That's not certainty. That's thinking it might be like that. So, as I said, go into the outcome only if you are in absolute certainty. But, and here is letting the Spirit guide you on the way. And here is using our angels to bring back, going up the ladder and bringing back the information. So, our angels, our different emotions like fear, anger, compassion, obviously, they can all lead us on a way. And they are specific feelings for specific situations, and they should lead you to specific things. Yeah, you don't have all those different emotions because they're all doing the same thing. They have a specific works. So fear, which is described as Satan, is it's grown out of a desire or out of a situation. Let's say it starts with a situation. You are in fear. And it grows into a desire for safety. And you're in fear because you are in uncertainty, maybe you're in need, stuff like that. That will all create fear. And it should lead you to a place where those things exist. And that is the story of going through the wilderness, where the outcome should have been the country, this place of peace and safety and milk and honey and stuff like that. And that light of their emotional energy, their angel should have led them there. Now, that is fear. Another, as I said, our anger, for instance, is grown out of a sense of injustice. And that would lead you to justice. If you go on that path, if you let your anger lead you. And again, ask in anger. By all means, ask in anger. And it will bring you back a knowledge that will lead you on the path to justice. Compassion will lead you on the path to healing. So they all fulfill different functions. But, and there's a big but. And that is if you're solely being led by your feeling. And as I said, the angels bring back possibilities. And if let's say you're just driven by fear, and then the angels bring back possibilities and you just go with it. And no thinking of right and wrong. Just go by your gut feeling and do it. Again, there's no discernment. There's no rational thought. There's no boundaries to where you can go. Because good and bad are set in the boundaries of what you can actually do. There are no boundaries. Just be led by this feeling, and whatever it brings to you, do it. And again, wrong way. And again, if you see the whole story of, going through the wilderness, there was something that should have set boundaries for the Spirit. Or for the people to say, even if a possibility was brought to them by the Spirit and knowledge, don't do it. It's possible, but there's a law that says what you should and shouldn't do. And that law were the 10 Commandments. And that is reason, that is words, that is the intellect. You shall not kill, you shall not steal, so on, things you should not do, even if you are emotion would drive you that way. So there is to go by the Spirit correctly. It needs boundaries. There is good and bad, and just because it's coming to you, brought to you by the Spirit, doesn't mean it's good. You need to use discernment. Because it's going out into the field of all possibilities. And not all possibilities are good for you, for the situation, for that which is around you. And that is where the law comes in, to set the boundaries of good and bad. Because I'm at the stage now where I'm thinking, shall I be led by the Spirit? Shall I go to the outcome? What should I do? I'm not there yet. I have no idea. But even in order to make that decision, you need to kind of understand what the different paths are and what they do. Now, if you look at this world at the moment, there are people driven, absolutely driven by desire. And that has no boundaries, none whatsoever. I can do whatever I like. And I'm justified by, I will get what I want. And that is not the way. There is no law. There are no boundaries, and they must be there. And again, the boundaries are set by your own knowing, either out of experience, what you've learned from history or from the history of others, or just what you know to be good and bad. So there are the two different ways. As I said, if you're going to the outcome directly, yes, feel the feeling and imagine the outcome. I think that is working. It seems to be working for people. But you must stand in certainty that is actually, that will work, what you desire it to work. Do not, absolutely not, go to an outcome by switching off your brain. Never. You are the knowledge of good and bad. Use it. And as I said, if you go the way of being led by the Spirit, then no, fear is not bad. It has a specific function. It's coming out of uncertainty, out of need, and it will lead you to certainty and need. What you need. Plenty. Anger will lead you to justice. Compassion will lead you to healing. So those are the different spirits that have different functions. And as I said, do not give them free rein. All they bring back to you are possibilities. And again, you need the law to say which one you should choose. Anyway, I think I'll leave it at that for today, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.